Good morning, trading world. It is April 12th, 2023, 8:16 a.m. on the East Coast, and this is my pre-market outlook and technical analysis for day trading the markets. With the CPI on the way, I can't help but to think, will good news be bad news, or will bad news be good news? A run up during pre-market is likely a run up before the dump, or buy the rumor, sell the news. A sell off before the CPI is likely sell the rumor, buy the news. I think the market is on a mission to clip the 416 level on the SPY soon. So whatever happens, I think we rebound soon if it is a dump out, holding a major support level. Either way, I expect a volatile morning, ending up not having gone far, but the carryover will expand the range over the next day or two. In looking at the chart, I just want to point out one thing. This is the start of the week. The black line is the exact level where we ended last week. This is the weekly market makers expected move on the upper edge, and this is the lower edge of that move. As you can see, the last 2 days we've basically gone nowhere. We're headed back to pretty much where we ended last weekend. I think that will change going into, or this evening, or especially coming into tomorrow. We're going to have some range expansion, and it's probably going to be more than likely to the downside, even though today we're probably going to see some volatility that's going to kind of run us in place and end up back at the highs that we saw maybe pre-market. But those are all just looking like good areas to short to me, but we'll see when the time comes. Either way, I see a nice pullback on the horizon. So that brings us to the key levels to watch for the day. All right, here we are back with the key levels of the day. Starting on the resistance side, our Jack resistance is going to be 410 to the 411 area. Queen resistance is going to be 412 to the 414 area. King resistance is going to be 415 to the 416 area. On the support side, we have our Jack support at 409 to the 408 area. Queen support 407 to the 406 area. King support 402 to 399. I'm actually looking at a target for today. One of my first targets is around that 411 area, 410, 411 area. We'll see how things look at that point for a decent size reversal short, but 411 is the first target, and I'm going to be looking to see how the setup looks, whether I get confirmation at that area, or will it be the second area, which is going to be around that 413 area. That's going to be the second area that I kind of look for confirmation around. The main thesis for today is bullish, closing above the 409.72 with a projected target high of between 410 and 416. The alternate thesis is bearish, closing below the 409.72 with a projected target low of between 409 and 405. The main channel we are in is from 397 up to 416. The main channel below that is 397 down to 379. We should also be aware of the main channel above, which is 416 up to 425. Yesterday, market strengthened breadth open gap up and showed strength by holding a higher support throughout the day and pushing the highs until late in the day. I expect strength to stay range bound on the day, hinting at more weakness as the day goes on. We have dissonance between the technical side, which is bearish, and the quant side, which is bullish. The futures have a bullish bias as well, with dissonance between the technical side and which is bearish, and the quant side, which is bullish. That brings us to the scenarios of the day. All right, here we are with the first scenario, which is going to be our expanded range day structure. After the shakeout of the CPI report, we will chop from high to low, pushing lower lows as we reach further into the day. That's not to say that we don't take off like a rocket, but I just feel like whatever that momentum is off the report will fade at some point, and we're going to kind of start to crumble later in the day. So if we get the sell-off before the number, look for them to buy it right after the number. If they buy it before the number, look for the sell-off at the number. So that is our expanded range day structure. Remember, I do think the market really wants to see that 416 area be clipped at some point before we can really kind of reverse or do anything that would take us out the lower end of the range. All right, our next most probable scenario is going to be our rounded reversal day type structure. We could get a continued push higher toward the jack or queen resistance area, find midday chop around either the queen or king resistance before going back down with the same energy or force we went up with the first part of the day. Again, this is our rounded reversal day type structure. All right, our last scenario is going to be our trend day up, meaning we open gap up, start with a pushback toward the previous close. We find support on or before that previous close, then begin the uptrend for the day. It is quite possible that the uptrend, a good bit of it, is done pre-market, and so it may not be as much uptrend during the market hours as to take advantage of as it was as far as price difference between the close yesterday and the open today. That's pretty much how I see it. Again, our trend day up structure is gaining more ground as we get closer to the numbers, because I'm starting to see a dump out leading up to the numbers, which means, like I said, sell the rumor, buy the news. So with that, be very, very careful. If it runs up a good distance, don't be too enthusiastic to run and jump on the bandwagon up, because there's not going to be as much upward exposure left to take advantage of at the moment. We always want to wait for a pullback and not just buy at the highs. So With that being said, your most important job as a trader is to protect the capital that you already have. We do this by knowing and understanding the risk that we have on in each position and managing that risk in accordance to our account size. I hope this helps. Wishing you a positive trading day. Let's go out and make it a great one.